it. That's why you're seeing as many interceptions as you do. With 4-down football, it's designed to be a running game. You look at the CFL north of the border, 3-down football game. It's designed to be in the air. There's a lot more passing in the CFL than there is in the NFL. And the NFL has decided that long passes, the long ball attracts fans. And everybody's going towards it, but they don't have a good handle on it. I mean, you look at some of these interceptions that not just the quarterbacks from last night's game, but any game and any team, they are throwing way too many these days.
Well, yeah, that's the game now. It's more passing than anything. I mean, you look at the stats every week for every team, and 90% of the teams have more passing stats than they do running stats. That's just the way it is. How about how about Megatron in that Dallas-Detroit game? Is that freaking ridiculous?
Yep.
That is just unbelievable. You got to put him in the MVP debate, don't you?
Especially at this point in the season. I mean, if he continues to keep that going, absolutely.
I mean, right now, you got to put Andrew Luck in there for me. You got to put Peyton Manning in there, of course. Tom Brady's got to go in there, right?
Yeah.
Although they haven't been looking too good anyway, right? Who else in that MVP debate? You got to stick Calvin Johnson in there. There's no doubt about it. He does that again and again, yeah, but that's got to give buzz right there to it.
I don't know. There's a few candidates, but I mean,
it's just that what he did was just unbelievable. And the end of the game, when they were running downfield, Detroit, and he was going to go spike the ball at the 1-yard line or the half-yard, whatever the hell they were on, and he said, screw it, and he went over. That was a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
That was great. Everybody thought he was going to down it, and he didn't. That was just a beautiful, beautiful display of trickery, my friend. You know?
When you're in those conversations, though, I mean, if you want to weigh into baseball, if you will, because, I mean, that was the other game that was going on last night. I mean, Ortiz is making his name for MVP of the postseason.
What in the wild world of sports is going on with him? He's an old fart, and he's having the best playoffs of his life.
You want to know something? He's the most consistent player out of both teams in every game. I mean, you look at some of the defensive errors that have cost these teams the series already. And it could be over in the next 24 hours, but
none of these games have been real pretty to watch, to tell you the truth.
No, that's what I mean. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Ortiz has been allowed to step up and show off his game because he's been the most consistent player offensively, and he hasn't really been a part of the defensive blunders that we've seen from both sides.
This guy's heading into Game 6 of the World Series with the opportunity for his third championship in 10 seasons. I'm going to read this real quick to you guys. The Boston Red Sox slugger also has a chance to set a record for the highest batting average in a single series. Ortiz is hitting .733 after going 11 for 15. The record of .750 was set by Billy Hatcher of the Cincinnati Reds in a 4-game sweep of the Oakland Athletics in 1990. Ortiz went 3 for 4 with a run-scoring double and 2 singles in a 3-1 win Monday night in St. Louis that gave the Red Sox 3-2 series. That's crazy, huh?
Big numbers.
That's very big numbers. That's crazy. You know what? If I'm him, I retire after this if they win.
Go out on top.
Oh, yeah.
Don't end up being like Brett Favre, where the St. Louis Rams are looking at calling you up, or the Los Angeles team.
Right, and that article was written by Howard Ullman of the AP Sports Writer. So there you go. Hot Pappy. Ortiz, 1 win away from third championship. He's going out. If he breaks the record, he's got to go out with that and everything because he can't play first base no more anyway.
No.
I mean, he is having really unbelievable series. And I'm sure if Sean was here, because we all know, and I'm going to have to deal with him tomorrow because I can almost guarantee you, folks, Sean will start the show off tomorrow talking about Boston Red Sox.
And then he's going to be distracted in the second half because, of course, the first pitch is going to go out at about 4:35.
Yeah, and I'm going to kill him. I'm going to tell him to turn the TV off. See, he can't do two things at once. He can't watch the game in silence and talk at the same time like I can. I'm used to doing that. I'm doing 6 things at once. I got you on another computer. I got the show on another computer. I got the TV on. I got a mixer going. I'm doing 12 things at once. He can't do 2. You know? But hey, what are you going to do about it?
I'm a multitasker as well. Hey, listen, I was listening to you run down all of the venues that your show is on, Skype and everything else. Have you heard of MixLR, MIXLR.com?
No. You
should check it out. That's where we broadcast the Spruce Kings games on.
Oh, yeah? I'll have to. Look at Andrew. Andrew's in the house. Welcome, Andrew. Go Heat. Oh, Jesus. See, now I got to listen to this guy all year, too.
Hey, it's your favorite day. It's your day to talk about LeBron James.
No, I won't do that. I didn't say I would do that. I wouldn't say I would do that. But you want to know something? There's a great website out there called NBARealTalk.com. Get all your NBA talk in one spot. All your NBA news, everything in one place. NBARealTalk.com. And you know something? If you sign up for free, become a member, because it's a social media site, you can put your own news stories about your favorite team on the site. So like if Andrew was to sign up, he could put stories on there about LeBron James and the Miami Heat and Dwayne Wade and how much they stink and they're on an 8-game losing streak and all that. See how I turned it around on him? There you go. So he could do that if he wanted to.
Now, you've got an NHL Real Talk one, too.
Yes, we do, yeah. NHLRealTalk.com.
Might have to make a BCHLRealTalk.com.
Oh, yeah, you might have to, but NHLRealTalk.com, same deal. You can handle it over there. Become a free member. And you know what? Also, NFLRealTalk.com. So, hey, with the NFL season going on right now, that one's cranking out. That one's doing really good. Somebody who's listening to the show on SportsWorldRadio.com right now, who's not logged into Spreaker and can't talk, is talking to me on my Facebook. And he says, F LeBron James. I like that, Brian. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, so speaking of LeBron James, I'm making a prediction this year. Okay? LeBron James will not win the MVP this year. How's that for a prediction? I'm taking the field. And you want to know something? Here's another prediction, Andrew. Pay attention to this one, because I'm talking right to you, Browning bastard. I'm taking the field over Miami. How about that? You like that?
What are the odds on that?
I don't know, but usually in golf terms, you'd either take Tiger Woods or you take the field, right?
Right.
Well, in NBA terms, I'm putting a golf term in there. You got the Miami Heat or you got the field. I'm taking the field.
Well, you're not by yourself. I heard LeBron James is ranked 3rd this year.
Well, I don't think he's going to win MVP because I think the NBA is getting sick and tired of giving it to one person over and over and over. So, look at that. Mr. Arena Sports Network is in the house. There's Brian right there. How's it going, buddy? I happen to think he's not going to win it because I think NBA is getting sick and tired of giving it to him. And they're going to give it to somebody else. Like maybe Kevin Durant. And you know, these guys are so young still. Kevin Durant, I think it's like 25. And LeBron is 28. And I think so is, what's his face from the Clippers? The point guard from the Clippers. Chris Paul, 28. So, these very young still guys. I mean, geez Louise, Batman. I bet you, and I'm saying it right now, I think Kevin Durant's winning MVP this year. I'm just saying.
That's pretty bold.
I'm just saying. And usually you know what happens when I say stuff like that. Right?
Yeah.
It usually comes true because I'm the master predictor. I picked Ohio State's head coach the year before it happened. about them apples? I've done some other crazy predictions, too. The real MVP will show up tonight, and his last name is Rose, although Durant is close second. Okay, there, see, got somebody for Rose right there. I think Rose is going to twist his ankle and get hurt.
Speaking of twisted ankles, Blake Griffin, is he ready to start the season?
I don't know, but Doc Rivers does need him for the beginning of the season. Need him at the end of the season. You know what I'm saying?
You still want to start out strong, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, but you don't. If he's not ready, don't push him to start. Save him, because you'll need him for the end of the year, not the beginning of the year, because the beginning of the year don't mean crap. In fact, the first half of the year don't mean crap until until things start going on after the All-Star break. That's when things really start to mean. I don't even know why they bother to play the freaking regular season. Just pick 8 teams from both sides and let's go. Pick the 16 teams and let's go, because the NBA season gets monotonous after a while. I understand.
Well,
I'm an NBA fan. I understand.
Okay. So you're an NBA fan, but we've had this discussion about Major League Baseball that the playoffs are too short. With the amount of teams that are in the Major League Baseball, there should be more teams in a playoff situation instead of playing as many regular season games as they do.
Who says that?
I do.
I think you're wrong. I think there's too many people in the damn playoffs to begin with now.
They only have what do they have? They have basically 2 rounds plus a wild card round.
They have a wild card game, and then they have a round, and then they have another round, and then they have the World Series. That's great. Perfect. How many rounds does hockey have? 15?
4.
That's a little too much.
No, it's the same as the NBA. They'll have the quarterfinals and the semifinals, and then the conference finals, and then the winners of each conference meet for the Stanley Cup.
And that stupid-ass wild card game, throw that bitch out. Get rid of that. Just take the freaking, get the grab one wild card team and got your 4 teams and go play your freaking series.
I've seen the wildest wild card game the other night.
Because that's nuts. They had 1, 2, 3 wild cards. What are you, this year? That's crazy. Here's a question. Why don't they make the wild card game a wild card series? Yeah, just make the playoffs longer. That's what they want. You make the playoffs longer. Make it a wild card series and make it longer.
Well, it's a crash. It's a cash grab. You get more fans into the arena during the postseason than you do the regular season.
I can't stand that wild card game. I'm telling you, when I become the commissioner of all the leagues, because Stearns, they all suck, so I'm taking over. I'm fixing that All-Star game rule right now, getting rid of that, and I'm fixing no more wild cards. Get the hell out of here with your wild card crap.
You don't like the All-Star game where the winning league gets the home field advantage?
No, because I can guarantee you, the American League guy that won the American League game for the American League All-Stars is not playing in the World Series. That's why.
But during the All-Star break, he didn't know that he wouldn't be there.
Not his fault, not his problem. That's a stupid-ass rule. They got lucky, though, because the Boston Red Sox do have the best record in Major League Baseball. That's how you get home field advantage.
That's how it works in almost every other sport.
Well, that's how it should work in Major League Baseball. What do you think the regular season's for? When you have that rule in the All-Star game, you take the regular season and you throw it in the toilet. Because the regular season don't mean crap anymore to see who hosts the World Series. And that's a bunch of bull.
The same could be said about the NFL, though. The Super Bowl is a stadium that's been picked, or a city that's been picked
years in advance.
Exactly.
That's fine. It's a neutral stadium for both. But in Major League Baseball, they play a series. Not like football, they play one game. In Major League Baseball, they play a series, so it's fair to go back to each other's ballparks like they do in an NBA Finals, like they do in a hockey Finals.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
In NFL, the Super Bowl is one game. Anybody could be beaten any day, any given time, any day, right?
Yeah, whether the lights stay on or not.
Correct. So it's just one game.